You feel it before you hear it. A ghost in the machine, a whisper across the void. Out here, silence is the native tongue. It speaks in the slow crackle of cooling starlight. It hums in the deep drone of your station's life support. You have learned its language well. But this is something new. A forgotten signal awakens from cosmic dust. It was never meant for human ears. A silent broadcast, a warning nobody was meant to hear. It pulses from a dead sector of space, a graveyard of collapsed suns and forgotten worlds. The signal is weak, faint, almost not there at all. Yet it cuts through the background noise of the universe. It is a single, pure note in an orchestra of chaos. Your console blinks a lazy green. The system barely registers the anomaly. It dismisses it as stellar feedback, a common glitch in the grand, cosmic static. But you know better. You have spent years listening to the songs of dying stars. This is no natural chorus. This is a voice. It is impossibly old. It carries the weight of eons in its faint, rhythmic pulse. The signal repeats, a steady, deliberate beat. It is a heartbeat in the endless, cold vacuum. You isolate the frequency. You amplify the sound. The station's processors strain against the task. They were not built for this. They were built for charting corpses, not for listening to ghosts. The sound clarifies. It is not a voice of words. It is a voice of feeling. A wave of profound, ancient sorrow washes over you. It is the grief of a billion souls crying out at once. Then it is gone, replaced by a chilling, razor-sharp dread. A fear so primal, it bypasses thought. It speaks directly to your bones. You stumble back from the console. Your own heart hammers against your ribs. It tries to match the rhythm of the signal. The feeling fades. The cold, familiar silence of your outpost returns. But the echo of that warning remains. It hangs in the air like ozone after a storm. A message from the deep past. A premonition of a future that is rapidly approaching. The universe just told you a secret, and you are the only one who heard it. You are a cartographer of dead stars. Your job is to map the silent, empty spaces, the places where life used to be. From your lonely outpost, you chart the final breaths of suns. You document the orbits of frozen, lightless worlds. It is a quiet existence, a solitary vigil at the edge of known space. You prefer it this way. The living universe is too loud, too chaotic. Here, in the quiet dark, you can think. You can trace the elegant, mathematical dance of gravity. You can find beauty in the decay. This new signal disrupts your peace. It is a discordant note in your carefully composed symphony of silence. It feels like a memory you never had. You run the signal through every diagnostic you have. The data streams across your screen. It is a torrent of impossibilities. The signal's point of origin does not exist on any known star chart. It comes from a void within a void, a patch of absolute nothing. The waveform is unlike anything you have ever seen. It is too perfect, too structured. It carries the clear signature of artificial design. But the power behind it is astronomical. It would take the energy of a small star to broadcast such a message across such a distance. Who would build such a thing, and why send it from a place that does not exist? The emotional resonance haunts you. The sorrow, the fear. It felt personal, as if the sender knew you, as if the message was tailored for your mind alone. You tried to dismiss it. An illusion. A trick of a tired mind playing games on a long watch. But the feeling lingers. You have charted thousands of stellar remnants. You have seen the aftermath of supernovas. You have mapped the crushing pull of black holes. None of it prepared you for this. this feels different. This feels like an ending, not the quiet, natural death of a star, but a violent, deliberate erasure. The signal pulses again, that steady, haunting heartbeat. And this time, you feel a new emotion beneath the fear, a flicker of hope, a desperate, fragile plea. It is a message in a bottle, thrown into a cosmic ocean billions of years ago. And you are the one who just found it washed ashore. The sky breaks, not with light, but with its absence. A fleet of silent, crystalline ships arrives. They tear through the fabric of space-time. They appear without a sound, without a flash of energy. One moment, there is only the familiar tapestry of distant stars. The next, they are here. Their ships are vast, geometric marvels. They are multifaceted like enormous black diamonds. They absorb the light of nearby nebulae. They create pockets of perfect, unnerving darkness. They eclipse moons and ignore all greetings. They are a wall of silent, absolute negation. Your station's alarms scream. A dozen automated hails are sent. They offer standard greetings in 1,000 languages. They request identification. They demand a statement of intent. The hails are met with profound, dismissive silence. The crystalline ships do not respond. They do not acknowledge your existence in any way. They simply arrange themselves in a precise, interlocking formation, a blockade that seals your sector from the rest of the galaxy. It is a gesture of effortless, overwhelming power. It says more than any words could. It says, "We are here," and your permission was not required. You watch them on your main viewer. The sheer scale is difficult to process. A single one of their ships could swallow your outpost without a trace. And there are hundreds of them. They move with a grace that defies their size. A slow, synchronized ballet of impossible objects. They are beautiful, and they are terrifying. The dread from the signal returns. It is a cold knot in your stomach. This is what the warning was about. This is the coming storm. The psychic static begins. It is a subtle hum at first, a low thrum at the very edge of your perception. You think it is the station systems reacting to the alien presence. Then it grows. The hum becomes a roar. It is a storm of controlled chaos. It floods your mind with visions. You see galaxies dying, suns sputtering out like forgotten candles. You witness entire civilizations consumed by a creeping, silent void. The images are not random. They are curated. A library of endings, a museum of cosmic death. This is not an attack, not in the way your military training defined it. This is a broadcast, just like the signal. But this one is not a whisper. It is a scream, a psychic onslaught designed to overwhelm, to terrify, to break the spirit of anyone who witnesses it. You grip your console. The visions burn behind your eyes. The alien thoughts are a tempest. Yet, you sense an intelligence behind the storm, a chilling, dispassionate purpose. They are showing you this for a reason. They are not just invaders. They are messengers. And their message is despair. Your mind should be breaking. The psychic onslaught is relentless, a hurricane of alien thought and feeling. It is a symphony of cosmic horror. It shows you the heat death of universes, the silent implosion of hope. It is designed to shatter any psyche that encounters it. High Command would see this as a weapon, a prelude to invasion, an act of pure, unprovoked aggression. Their protocols are clear. Respond to such a threat with overwhelming force. But you are not a soldier. You are a cartographer. You see patterns where others see chaos. And in this storm of psychic terror, you find a flaw. It is a rhythm, a tiny, repeating sequence buried deep within the chaos. It is almost imperceptible. A single quiet note hidden in a wall of sound. You focus on it. You push aside the terrifying visions of dying worlds. You cling to this one small anomaly. It is the same rhythm as the first signal, the heartbeat from the ghost in the machine. Here, inside the mind of the storm, it is clearer, more defined. You trace the pattern. You map its psychic frequency. The pieces click into place. Your blood runs cold. It is not a flaw. It is a message. The repeating sequence is a code. Simple, mathematical, universal. It is a desperate SOS. The aliens are not just broadcasting terror. They are screaming for help. The visions of dying galaxies are not a threat. They are a memory, a warning. This is what happened to them. This is the enemy they faced and lost to. The realization shifts everything. The silent, crystalline ships are not a fleet of invaders. They are an ark, a lifeboat carrying the last survivors of a galactic cataclysm. They are projecting their greatest fear, their deepest trauma, hoping someone will understand, hoping someone will see the signal hidden in the noise. The psychic static feels different now. The terror is still there, but underneath it, you feel a profound, bottomless grief. The sorrow of a species that has watched its entire universe die. And you, the lonely cartographer, are the only one who heard their cry. Their silent, desperate SOS in the heart of the nightmare. The War Council convenes on a secure, encrypted channel. Their faces flicker on your secondary screen. Admirals and strategists. Hard-faced men and women who see the universe in terms of threats and targets. They are thousands of light years away. Safe in the fortified heart of the Terran Alliance. They have seen the data from your outpost. They have felt the psychic echoes relayed through your station's sensors. They see only an imminent invasion. The evidence seems undeniable. A massive, silent fleet of unknown origin appears without warning. They establish a blockade. They ignore all attempts at communication. They project terrifying visions of cosmic destruction. The logic is simple, brutal, inescapable. High Command interprets it as a show of force, a prelude to conquest. Their silence is a weapon, one admiral declares. His face is a grim mask of certainty. They are trying to break us psychologically before the first shot is fired. Another expert agrees. This psychic attack is a new form of warfare. It is designed to induce mass panic, to destabilize our command structure. They talk about the crystalline ships, about their size and apparent power. They debate weapon yields and fleet deployments. They do not speak of hope or of understanding. They speak only of war. There's no room for doubt in their world. No space for a different interpretation. The alien presence is a threat. Threats must be neutralized. You try to intervene. You send them your analysis, your report on the hidden signal. The SOS code buried in the psychic static. You tell them about the grief you felt, the profound sorrow beneath the terror. You argue that they are not invaders. They are refugees, survivors. You plead with them to try a different approach, to see this not as an act of war, but as a cry for help. Your words are met with cold, dismissive skepticism. A clever deception, the Admiral says. A Trojan horse. They project weakness to make us lower our guard. The Council sees your analysis as a sign of psychic contamination. You are compromised. Your judgment is flawed. They vote. The decision is unanimous. They will launch a preemptive strike. The Alliance fleet is already mobilizing. They will smash the crystalline ships before they can move against your worlds. The order is given. The fate of 2 species is sealed. or so they think. The order flashes on your screen. A direct command from the highest authority. You are to transmit the targeting data for the alien fleet. Your station's long-range sensors will guide the Alliance missiles. You are to assist in the destruction of the crystalline ships. To do otherwise is treason, a crime punishable by death. The timer on the screen begins its countdown. You have 1 hour to comply, 1 hour to choose between your duty and your conscience. You look at the main viewer, at the silent, beautiful ships hanging in the void. You think of the SOS, the heartbeat in the storm, the unimaginable grief of a dying civilization. High Command sees an enemy. You see a reflection, a possible future for humanity if you make the wrong choice. To obey is to become the monster, to unleash a storm of fire and death on a people who may have already suffered enough. It is the easy path, the safe path. No one would blame you, but you would know. You would carry the weight of that choice for the rest of your life. To disobey is to risk everything. Your career, your freedom, your life. You would be branded a traitor, hunted by your own people. You would be utterly alone. But it is the only path that offers a chance, a slim, fragile possibility of peace, of understanding. This is the choice that defines you, not as a cartographer, not as a soldier, but as a human being. The visions the aliens sent were of endings, of galaxies consumed by a silent, creeping darkness. But humanity has always been a species of defiant beginnings. You have always stared into the void and seen not an end, but a frontier. You must disobey direct orders to respond. You are humanity's only hope for peace. The countdown timer on your screen continues its relentless march. 50 minutes remaining. You turn away from it. You will not send the targeting data. You will send a different message, a message of your own. You are going out there. The plan is insane. A single, unarmed scout ship against a fleet of silent, crystalline giants. It is not a mission. It is an act of faith. You activate the station's emergency protocols. You fake a catastrophic systems failure, a plasma leak in the main reactor. It is a convincing lie. It will buy you time. It will explain your broken communication with High Command. The station's alarms blare. Red lights flash across the corridors. The automated systems scream of imminent destruction. It is a performance for an audience that is light years away. You override the docking clamps on the Stargazer. Your personal scout ship. It is small, fast, barely more than an engine with a cockpit attached. It was designed for charting asteroid fields, not for making first contact with a godlike alien species. You climb into the cockpit. The familiar scent of recycled air and old coffee grounds fills your senses. It feels like home. You power up the engines. The Stargazer shudders to life. You launch the ship. You glide out of the docking bay, leaving your silent, automated outpost behind. You are committed now. There is no turning back. You fly towards the blockade. The stolen voyage has begun. The crystalline ships loom large in your viewport. Their dark, multifaceted surfaces absorb the starlight. They are like holes in reality, silent, immobile. They give no sign that they have noticed you. Your ship's computer flags them as hostile. It screams at you to turn back. You ignore it. You open a channel. You do not send a standard greeting. You do not use words. You broadcast the SOS pattern, the heartbeat from the storm. You send it as a simple, repeating pulse, a knock on a door that has been closed for 1,000,000 years. You fly closer. The gap between the massive ships is a canyon of perfect darkness. You guide the Stargazer into it. The aliens watch you approach without moving. You feel their minds touch yours. The psychic static returns. But this time, it is different. It is not a storm. It is a question, a single, focused query. A billion voices asking, "Who are you? How do you know our song of sorrow?" You keep broadcasting the SOS. It is the only answer you have. You are the one who heard the colossal ships part. They move with an unnatural, silent grace. They create a path for you, an invitation into their world. You fly through the opening. The psychic presence guides you. It gently pulls your small ship toward a single, massive vessel at the heart of the fleet. A docking bay, impossibly large, opens on its crystalline surface. It is a maw of shimmering, geometric light. You guide the stargazer inside. The landing is soft, effortless. You are held by a force you cannot see. The bay closes behind you. You are inside. The air in the cockpit hisses as the external pressure equalizes. Your ship's sensors go wild. The atmosphere is breathable, a cocktail of noble gases and oxygen, tailored for you. You lower the ramp. You step out onto the deck of the alien ship. The floor beneath your feet is like polished obsidian. It reflects the soft, internal light of the vessel. The air hums with a low, resonant energy. You look up. The interior of the ship is a vast, crystalline cathedral. Spires of light and shadow stretch into an unseen infinity. And then you see them. The beings themselves. They are tall, slender, composed of the same crystalline material as their ships. Their forms are fluid, shifting, like smoke trapped in glass. They are the nightmares from the psychic storm. But here, in their home, they do not feel nightmarish. They feel sad. They are not warriors. They are archivists. You have not landed on a warship. You have landed in a library. The walls are lined with crystalline matrices, each one pulsing with a soft, internal light. You realize what you are seeing. Each crystal is a memory, a recorded history, a soul. This is not a fleet. It is a world of glass, a portable ghost of a civilization. One of the archivists glides towards you. Its form is graceful, ethereal. It has no face, no eyes. But you feel its gaze upon you. A mind that is ancient, powerful, and filled with a sorrow that could drown stars. The psychic static is gone, replaced by a single clear thought projected directly into your mind. "You heard us," it says. The voice is not a sound. It is a concept, a wave of pure meaning. You heard our grief. It shows you the true enemy in their minds. You stand in the heart of their glass world, surrounded by the silent ghosts of their civilization. The archivist, the being of shifting crystal and ancient sorrow, reaches out, not with a hand, but with its mind. The connection is instant, seamless. It does not feel like an intrusion. It feels like an offering, a sharing of a burden too great to bear alone. It shows you the enemy, the true enemy. It is not a fleet of ships. It is not a rival empire. It is a concept, a force of nature, a creeping, hungry wrongness in the fabric of the universe. They call it the Eater of Light. In their shared mind, you see it. It is a patch of absolute, featureless black, a hole in reality that moves. It does not travel through space. It consumes it. It erases suns from existence. It does not explode them. It does not drain them. It simply removes them. One moment a star is there, a brilliant beacon of life and energy. The next, there is nothing, not even a memory. The space where it was is colder than the void itself, devoid of light, of energy, of possibility. You see the Eater move across their home galaxy. a slow, inexorable plague of darkness. You watch as it approaches a vibrant, blue-white star, a sun with a dozen worlds orbiting it, worlds teeming with life, worlds like your own. The Eater touches the star's corona. There is no flash, no explosion. The star just vanishes. The light in that system dies. The planets are cast into instant, absolute darkness, frozen in their orbits around a ghost. The psychic scream of the trillions of souls lost in that moment echoes in your mind. It is a pain so profound, it almost shatters your consciousness. This is the source of the grief, the sorrow that powered their SOS. They show you their desperate, futile war. They threw everything they had at the Eater. They weaponized black holes. They ignited supernovas. They tried to build shields of pure energy that could contain a galaxy. The Eater did not notice. It passed through their weapons. It consumed their shields. It was like trying to fight a shadow with a sword. It cannot be fought. It cannot be reasoned with. It can only be endured, until it consumes you too. Their great civilization fell, not in a blaze of glory, but in a quiet, spreading darkness. These ships, this glass world, are all that remains, an archive of 1 trillion souls, a final, desperate attempt to carry their memory into a new universe. They show you their destination, a newborn sun, a place of creation. They were not coming to conquer. They were coming to hide, to find a place so bright the Eater of Light could not follow. But it is already too late. The Eater is coming. It has followed them across the void, and it is hungry. The archivist's mind is a fortress of cold, hard logic. It has seen the end of all things. It has accepted the inevitability of extinction. Its people are gone. Their memories are all that remain. Hope is a variable they erased from their equations long ago. Then your mind touches theirs. A full, open connection. Minds entwined. You do not show them tactics, or weapons, or strategies. You share the human dream. It is a messy, chaotic, illogical thing. A jumble of feelings and memories. You show them a child's first steps. The warmth of a sun on a summer's day. The taste of clean water. You share the feeling of laughter. The comfort of a shared meal. The quiet joy of watching a sunrise. You show them humanity's art, our music, our stories, the defiant, irrational beauty we create in the face of our own mortality. You share the tale of every underdog who ever fought a losing battle, every explorer who ever sailed into an unknown sea, every dreamer who ever looked at the stars and imagined a better future. You show them our stubborn, ridiculous, unshakable hope. The belief that even in the darkest night, a new day will dawn. That even in the face of certain death, there is a reason to fight, to live, to build. The archivist's mind, a place of perfect crystalline order, recoils at first. Your thoughts are a storm of illogical emotion, a whirlwind of contradictions. But then it focuses on one of the archivists, the one who guided you, the one you name in your mind, Elder, one named Lyra. It is a name from one of your old stories, a name of a constellation, a beacon in the night. The thought is a bridge between you. Lyra's mind steadies the connection. It filters your chaotic hope through its ancient wisdom. It begins to see. It sees that hope is not a logical fallacy. It is a force of nature in its own right, as powerful as gravity, as fundamental as light. It is the engine of creation, the thing that builds new worlds from the ashes of the old. Your dream of a future where the sun still rises, is not a fantasy. It is a weapon. the one weapon they never thought to use. A new thought forms between you, a synthesis of two vastly different minds. A fragile pact is born. Their cold, hard logic merges with your defiant, illogical hope. They have the knowledge, the memory of the enemy, the understanding of the physics that governs the eater of light. You have the will, the spirit, the irrational belief that the darkness can be beaten back. They are a species of archivists. They preserve what is. You are a species of dreamers. You imagine what could be. Together, you are something new, something the universe has never seen before. An alliance is born, not of convenience, not of desperation, but of a shared vision, a shared dream, a future where the light wins. The plan is elegant, impossible, and born of both your minds. The Eater of Light is not a living thing in any traditional sense. It is a cosmic null state, an absence, a patch of reality where the laws of physics have broken down. You cannot destroy it with force. That is like trying to punch a hole in a hole. But you can repair it. You can overwrite the broken code of the universe. You can sing the song of creation so loudly that it drowns out the silence. You will build a weapon that sings stars back to life. You will build the harmony engine. It is a machine that combines two opposing principles. The archivist's technology is based on perfect order, crystalline structures, stable energy fields, precise mathematical frequencies. It is the science of a billion-year-old civilization, cold, perfect, and ultimately sterile. Humanity's greatest strength is our chaos, our art, our music, our ability to find harmony in discord, to create beauty from noise. Our science is young, clumsy, but it is infused with a passion that the archivists lost eons ago. The harmony engine will be a fusion of both. The archivists will build the structure, a massive resonant chamber forged from the same crystalline material as their ships. A perfect amplifier for a perfect wave. Your role is to provide the song. You work with the archivists. You teach them the concept of music, of harmony, of emotional resonance. You sift through the entire history of human art. You find the chords that inspire hope, the melodies that speak of courage, the rhythms that echo the beat of a defiant heart. You are not a musician or a poet, but you are a human, and you carry that song inside you. You and the archivists translate these concepts into pure mathematics, into frequencies and waveforms that the engine can broadcast. You are creating a symphony of hope, a weapon that does not kill, a weapon that creates. The archivists work with a speed and precision that is breathtaking. Their ships reconfigure themselves. They melt and reform. They build the components of the engine in a matter of hours. The device takes shape in the void between their ships, a colossal, crystalline flower, a testament to a new, shared purpose. There is a strange, new feeling in the psychic network of the archivists, a flicker of something that is not sorrow. It is your illogical hope. It is spreading through them, a single candle lit in an endless night. They have a reason to exist again, not just to remember, but to build, to fight, to dream. The Genesis star, it is a cosmic nursery, a vast nebula of incandescent gas and dust where new suns are being born. It is a place of immense, chaotic creation, the perfect symbol for your new alliance. It is also the Eater of Light's next target. Your combined fleet arrives just as the shadow touches the edge of the nebula. The Eater is larger than you witnessed in the archivist's memories. It has grown. Fed by the stars, it has consumed along its path. It is a moving void, an absolute darkness against the brilliant colors of the stellar nursery. Your fleet takes its position. The archivist ships form a protective circle around the Harmony engine. Your small scout ship, the Stargazer, is docked at the heart of the engine itself. You are its conductor. The battle at the Genesis star begins. The Eater moves on a newborn sun, a protostar just beginning to ignite its fusion fires. It is a baby, a fragile spark of new life. The Eater's presence is a wave of absolute cold, a nullification of all energy. The protostar flickers, its light dims. The archivists project a psychic shield, a barrier of pure, ordered thought. It is a desperate attempt to slow the Eater's advance. To buy you time, the shield holds, but you can feel the strain in the archivists' minds. The immense pressure of holding back absolute nothingness. They are fighting the concept of entropy itself. It is time. You activate the Harmony engine. You are connected to it. Your mind is the focus. Your hope is the fuel. You push the song of humanity into the crystalline heart of the machine. The engine comes to life. A low hum builds into a powerful chord. It is a sound that is also a feeling, a wave of pure, defiant creation. The engine sings. It does not fire a beam of light. It broadcasts a wave of reality, of possibility. The song washes over the flickering protostar. The star responds. Its light brightens. Its fusion fires roar back to life. The song pushes back against the Eater's silence. The Eater of Light reacts. For the first time, it seems to notice you. The psychic pressure intensifies. The void pushes back against your song of hope. It is a battle of concepts, of creation versus nullification, of hope versus despair. The archivist's shield shatters. The full force of the Eater's presence washes over you. Your mind screams. The cold is absolute. It is the fear of non-existence, the terror of being erased. But you hold on. You focus on the song. You pour every ounce of your humanity into it. The laughter, the art, the stupid, stubborn dream of a sunrise. Your combined fleet makes a final, desperate stand. And you sing. You sing for every soul that was lost, and for every soul that is yet to be born. The song of the Harmony engine falters. The Eater's void presses in, a crushing, silent weight. The newborn star flickers, its light a guttering candle in a hurricane of darkness. In the shared mind of the Alliance, you feel the archivist's ancient despair resurfacing. Their logic dictates that this is a futile effort. The null state is absolute. Creation is a temporary, fleeting anomaly. They are right, logically. But logic did not get you here. Defiance did. You push back, not with power, but with a memory. You share the first image they ever showed you, the dying galaxy, the silent scream. But you add a new layer. You add the sound of a human orchestra playing a defiant symphony. You add the image of a single green sprout pushing its way through cracked pavement. You show them the illogical, tenacious nature of life itself. It is a small thing, a whisper against a roar. But it is enough. Lyra's mind catches the spark. It amplifies it. It sends it out to the other archivists. A new chord is added to the song. Not just human hope, but the hope of two species, a harmony of logic and dreams. The song of the engine changes. It becomes something more. It is no longer just a broadcast. It is a resonance. It does not just push against the void, it fills it. The Genesis star erupts, not in an explosion, but in a wave of pure creative energy. It sings back. The entire nebula joins the chorus. 1 billion newborn stars ignite in a symphony of light and life. The song of creation overwhelms the Eater's silence. The void does not shatter. It does not flee. It recedes. It shrinks. The absolute black is filled with color, with light, with possibility. The battle leaves scars on the fabric of space. You have not destroyed the eater of light. You have healed it. You have reminded a broken piece of the universe how to sing. The silence is gone, replaced by the steady, gentle hum of 1,000 new suns. The war is over, but the work is just beginning. The battle leaves its mark. The Genesis Nebula is different now. The stars burn with a new kind of light, a light that carries an echo of your song. The fabric of space-time in this sector is stronger, more resilient, as if the harmony has reinforced the laws of physics themselves. The archivist ships are no longer black. They now shimmer with a soft, internal luminescence, reflecting the light of the stars they helped create. Their sorrow is not gone, but it is no longer the only note in their song. Your alliance has been forged in fire and starlight. The archivists, with their billion years of knowledge, and humanity, with its boundless, reckless dreams. You are no longer just a cartographer. You are a bridge between two worlds. A new universe is possible, if you can build it together. The journey back to Terran space will be difficult. You are still a traitor in the eyes of High Command. You will have to convince them of the truth. You will have to show them the new song of the stars. It will not be easy. But as you look out from the cockpit of the Stargazer, you see the light of the Genesis star on the horizon, and you know that you are not alone. There are echoes of the dream now, ringing across the cosmos, and you have a universe to build, together.